We're all surrounded by noise. And I don't just mean the loud, obvious stuff. I'm talking about that constant, low-level hum of modern life. But what if I told you that this everyday noise is secretly hijacking your brain, making it way harder to think? Well, today we're going to dig into exactly how that happens. Okay, let's just jump right in with this number. 20%. After just 5 minutes of noise pollution, your focus can drop by a staggering 20%. Think about that for a second. The time it takes to listen to 1 or 2 songs, that's enough to seriously put a dent in your concentration. This isn't just some minor annoyance, It's a huge cognitive roadblock. So what is this constant hum we're talking about? Well, it's basically all those hidden sounds that our brains are forced to deal with, whether we want them to or not. Let's break down the main culprits. First up, traffic. That relentless rumble of engines, the random horn honks, the distant sirens. For a lot of us, this has become the nonstop soundtrack to our lives. And then, of course, there are the digital interruptions. Every single ping, buzz, and alert from our devices, it's like a tiny, insistent tap on the shoulder, constantly begging for a piece of your brain's attention. And finally, background chatter. Doesn't matter if you're in an open-plan office or just trying to work at a coffee shop, your brain hears all of it. Now, here's the really wild part. Even when you think you're totally ignoring these sounds, a part of your brain is still working overtime to process them, and that uses up so much precious mental energy. And that leads us right to the heart of the problem, your brain's built-in alarm system. See, we have to understand that noise isn't just a distraction. It's actually a trigger for a very real, very primal stress response. So here's how this chain reaction goes down. First, noise hits your ears. That simple act makes your brain flip on its ancient survival mode. Why? Well, because for our ancestors, an unexpected sound, like a twig snapping, could mean danger. So our brains are literally wired to treat unpredictable noise as a threat. In response, stress hormones like cortisol start to rise. And here's the kicker. As those hormones go up, your working memory, the part of your brain you need for complex thinking, it actually shrinks. It's a direct biological blow to your ability to think clearly. So what's the end result of this whole stress response? Well, it's what I like to call blocking your brilliance. The most important thing to get here is that noise doesn't make you less smart. It just gets in the way of you using how smart you are. And this quote from the source material just nails it. I love this. It doesn't make you less intelligent, it blocks access to your intelligence. That distinction is everything. It's like the hardware is totally fine, but the Wi-Fi connection to it keeps dropping out. Think of it this way. Your actual intelligence, your IQ, that doesn't change. You're just as smart in a noisy cafe as you are in a quiet library. The problem is, your access to that intelligence gets choked off by something called cognitive load, which, is just a fancy way of saying your brain has way too many tabs open at once. It's like trying to stream a 4K movie on an old dial-up connection. It just won't work. Okay, enough theory. Let's actually do a quick little focus test so you can feel this for yourself right now. All right, it's super simple. I just want you to try and think of 3 words that start with the letter S. Go ahead, I'll give you a moment. Oh, there are so many yummy vegetarian options out there. You could try like lentil soup, veggie burgers, tofu stir fry. The possibilities are endless. So, how'd you do? Now ask yourself, was that a little harder to do with whatever noise is happening around you right now? Maybe there's a fan on or a TV in the next room. For a lot of us, even a simple task like that feels noticeably more difficult when our brain is trying to filter out background sound at the same time. But here's the good news. You are not helpless in this fight. Not at all. We can absolutely take back control. So let's talk about how to reclaim your quiet with a few simple hacks to protect that precious focus. And you know what? It doesn't take much. Get this. Just 2 minutes of quiet is enough to start resetting your brain's attention networks, the very circuits that handle focus. 2 minutes. That is an incredible return on your investment. Taking a short, silent break isn't being lazy. It's a strategic reboot for your whole cognitive system. So what we're really talking about here is restoring your brain efficiency. All that means is your brain's ability to get things done with the least amount of effort. Noise forces your brain into overdrive, right? It's working way harder to get the same results. Silence is basically the reset button that gets it back to its peak, efficient state. Okay, so what can you actually do? Here are 3 smart noise hacks you can start using today.
First, whenever you really need to think, just consciously lower the background noise. Turn off the TV, pause the music. Second, if you absolutely need some sound to focus, go for instrumental music or white noise. Lyrics are super distracting because your brain automatically tries to process them as language. And third, be intentional about it. Sprinkle a few short, silent breaks throughout your day. Let your brain reset.
So I'll leave you with this to chew on. What distracts you the most? Is it the traffic outside, the people talking around you, or is it your phone? Just figuring out your biggest noise culprit, well, that's the first step. Thanks for tuning in. Now, go find yourself 2 minutes of quiet. You've earned it.